All right, good morning, Kelly. Anthony Thornton here. So I wanted you to have a video copy of the presentation that I shared the other day because I figured you might want to just review it and then we can talk about it in the next 24 to 48 hours. So this is the growth automation system that I'm recommending for your practice based on what we had talked about. And just a little bit about my background. As you know, I am um, let's see here. Internationally certified AI consultant. I'm one of 200 people in the world that certify an AI certification internationally. I have an MBA in business. I also have an undergrad in finance. I have a Six Sigma process design certification from Villanova University. And of course, I wrote a number one best-selling book about AI called Simplify AI. It's on Amazon.com, and I'll give you a copy of it. So I specialized for a couple decades in automating business systems that increase revenue while also improving your overall efficiency. So this talks about systems. Now, some businesses, most businesses, they don't have systems. They just kind of have things that they do. But what I'm trying to put into your practice is a system, something that you could scale, something you could duplicate. And if you ever wanted to sell your business, remember, business owners, potential business owners to purchase your business, they buy companies that have systems. So most dental practices, like it says, they rely on inconsistent referrals. That's something that's not predictable. Occasional marketing, manual follow-up, and then they get unpredictable patient growth, missed opportunities, staff burnout from repetitive tasks. And the solution is what I'm presenting today, which is a predictable, automated growth system. So remember, tactics produce attention and systems produce revenue, which is the most important thing. So if we're talking about systems, here's some examples of a marketing tactics versus a growth system. Or we're talking about a growth system. Marketing tactics are like paid advertising, where you go online to Google, Facebook, Instagram, you buy ads, and then people click through the ads. It creates awareness on social media, throughout community platforms, and then you get short-term kind of pushes because you can't keep up with it. I always was taught by business leaders way smarter than me. They said, Anthony, stay in your lane, hire your weakness. And if you can stay into your strengths, you'll be running a much more profitable business. So, with a growth system, what we want to have is something that's automated. We want to have funnels. Now, if you don't know what a funnel is like a landing page where we would actually create ads to your ideal avatar, drive them to a landing page, which is a funnel, give them something for free that really interests them so that we could get their contact information. And then we would market to them via text messages, emails. We'd also retarget them with videos, educational style videos from you and your practice in hopes of turning them into a client here in Lawrenceville. So response speed, AI driven instant engagement that captures patients before they even call a competitor. Once people just land on our landing page, even if they don't do anything, we can capture their information and start to market to them. It's called retargeting. And what that does is for us, it gives us a systematic follow up that ensures no opportunity is left on the table. We can reach 100% of every single person that looks at one of our advertisements and comes to our page. So you don't have a marketing problem right now, you have an opportunity problem. So it says most dental practices, they don't produce enough attention. Remember, there's only one difference in any business. Every single business is the same. Every dental practice is basically the same. The only difference is marketing. Whoever markets the most and gets the word out gets the client. So, in most of the time, what's happening in a dental practice, we were in your office the other day, and there were 95 missed calls, like you said, on that one telephone. Now, I don't know how much money that is, but if the average client is worth, $1,500, and you had 95 missed calls, that's about $143,000 that's sitting on that phone that we could have put in your bank account where it makes the most sense. Slow response times, waiting hours to respond to leads allows them to book somewhere else. and then inconsistent visibility. Remember, the only reason I reached out to you in the first place to help you with your practice is because I'm a believer. I've experienced it. I think it's wonderful. And I think we have to get the word out. So, no follow up. It says lack of automated sequences leads to leads getting cold. And just remember, there's something called speed to lead. Whoever responds first gets 78% of the business if they respond first. Patients are going to go to Google first. You have 78 reviews right now, and we need to get those up. We have a whole system to do that for you. They're going to receive and view recent patient reviews. They're going to look at your social media presence. And so let's just kind of look at some math for a second. Let's look at some math. This is called the $390,000 annual revenue leak in typical practices. Now, if you just miss 5 patients a week, and you know we're missing more than that, times that equals 260 patients. Average patient value is about $1,500 from our research. That's $390,000 in lost revenue annually, just missing 5 patients a week. 5 patients a week. I think we were sitting there in your office and we had at least maybe 5 phone calls that came in that went unanswered. So I think we could definitely, recover 5 a week. So capturing, just look at these low numbers. If we just only captured 10% of missed opportunities, it would drive massive growth in your business. So it says here you don't need 100% efficiency to see 100% growth. 10% is a golden rule in business. So we talked about the math down below where it talked about 5 missed patients. That's 260 missed opportunities a year. And if we just capture 10%, 1 patient a month at 1,500 is $18,000 a year. 2 is 36,000, and 5 is 90,000, and then 10 patients a month is $180,000 a month that you could be bringing back into your business, right? 180,000. So I sent you the live AI receptionist, and I'm going to include it here in this email below so you can check it out again. And you saw that it is human-like. It sounds human-like. It can book an appointment from start to finish. It's very professional. We can program it to tie into your booking calendar. We can program it in the exact voice and tone and style that you would like your business to be positioned at in the marketplace. And so this right here alone is going to save you from missing any call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of somebody that wants to book an appointment with your amazing practice that you have. So the Complete Dental Practice Growth Automation System, what is it? It's an AI receptionist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's an automation platform that you'll see how the leads are acquired and how they go through the nurturing process and how clients actually become a client for you. You'll have a digital avatar. This is huge in your business with social media. We're going to clone you, Kelly, clone you, and we're going to clone your face. We're going to clone your movements. We're going to clone your voice, and we're going to create educational content that we can push out to social media so people will understand what makes your practice so different and start to present you as the expert in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and then we can expand it from there. So daily social visibility, which basically means you're going to have an automated multi-platform publishing system where we push out your content to at least 8 different social media platforms every single day, multiple times a day. People be getting your social media content, and guess what? You don't have to record one piece of it. We'll be able to do this all through AI automation, and with your avatar, it's going to be phenomenal. And so what that does for you, we're also going to give you a lead generation funnel. Right now, your business, according to what you're telling me, is mainly referrals. And obviously, I came through the VA. So what we want to do is we have to have a system in place where we can attract perfect strangers. So we want to be able to attract perfect strangers. And then we want to couple that with your referral system. And then we also want to automate your referral system so people are thinking about you top of mind and also referring business back to your practice. Then, of course, the analytics dashboard. Remember, what we measure and what we view gets fixed. So we want to make sure that you have a clear dashboard on what's happening at all times. And one of the things that you mentioned when we met, you're like, hey, Anthony, we're already booked out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I wonder if a system like this would be overwhelming for my practice. Now, keep in mind, this is a system that we run. Like you and I, we run this in my team. So we can dial this system up or down or whatever it may want to be to book your practice out for, a long time. Remember, even if your practice was booked out, we have to figure out what's ideal for you. 30, 60, 90 days would be phenomenal, right? And then we'd always hold slots for new people. That's just a marketing strategy, and that's just a system strategy that you and I could put together from best practices. So your AI receptionist, why is this awesome? I know you listened to it. I hope you love it. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't miss any more appointments. You don't have to worry about the consistency of the call. This person never calls in sick. They love to be there. It's affordable and it books appointments, handles any questions. We uploaded all the frequently asked questions from the industry and also from your practice that we found on your website. And you can recover any missed call that you get into your practice because automatically, if a call is missed, they get an instant text message follow ups on any call that does not connect. So, what does this do for your staff? Remember, AI is not here to replace workers. What it does for the CEO of the business like you, it allows you to have your human workers focus on the areas that bring you the biggest return in your business, and we just automate the rest. Remember, automation handles the routine 24/7 calls, automated booking, text follow up. Your staff focuses on more of your personal touch, where you have your in-personal patient care. Candy has a wonderful personality at the front desk, and so she can provide that experience with people with her awesome smile, the way she follows up. I mean, she's phenomenal to your business, very key. So your staff focuses on value. They can focus on getting the insurance, the money into your business, revenue recovery. You talked about having collections, right? You want to be able to get outstanding accounts being collected upon. She could do that. We can automate that as well. I wanted to make sure you know that. Where we have a automated AI assistant, I can build that for you as well to handle all of your collections. Also, if you wanted a human person to do it, I do have a call center of people for 2 decades in the Philippines. So we have some opportunity there. So let's talk about the recovery of $52,000. A typical business like yours has anywhere from $20 to $100,000 or more of outstanding collections. If the person could collect $1,000 a week, that's over $52,000 a year, and that almost pays for their salary if you think about it. So if AI is handling the routine call volume, then your staff is finally free to focus on recovering the revenue. This is money that you've already performed duties on that's owed to you, and now you can get this money back into your practice. So let's talk about content creators. I work with a lot of different business owners, and every single business owner, even though they're already up to their eyeballs in no time, they always think they have time to do content creation because it's their baby. Their business is their baby. So the content bottleneck is always time constraints with the person that has to record it, edit it. Posting takes hours that doctors don't have. Inconsistency. Like when you start to put information out there, people expect to see your social media marketing at the same time on the same days. And then the staff burden, right? We don't want to burden your staff with delegating content to staff that often results, like it says, low quality, unprofessional posts. We're in the information AI technology age where what that does for us is we're already in the brain of your ideal client that you want to visit your practice. Like we're already in their brains. We know what they're thinking, we know what they're feeling, and we could create messaging that hits directly to what they know, feel, and to get them to like and trust and value your practice. So the visibility gap, what we do is we practice disappearance without consistent visibility. I mean, I never knew about this awesome practice that I'm a part of. I wish I did. Loss of trust. Patients check social media for proof of life before booking an appointment. Now we can have educational videos out there of you. You also said you had 7 to 8 video testimonials from clients, which is huge. And you could have a huge competitor advantage because I don't see anyone in the Lawrenceville market area or any dentist period. I've never got an ad from a dentist about anything. So now you could be the first to market on something like this. So your daily avatar is going to do what? This is your digital clone, your digital twin. So we're going to create a high fidelity digital version of Dr. Kelly Castro. It speaks, it educates, it engages a community 24/7 without you, the doctor, ever having to step in front of a camera after the initial setup. So we're going to put procedure education videos out there. Like people have no clue what, I mean, I've heard people say, oh, you got veneers, so you got your teeth whittled down to nothing. Like that's totally false, right? People have no idea what the process is for things like implants, veneers, Invisalign. Patient FAQs, right? The most common questions asked. You can answer those on video. We can push those videos out, and you become the local area expert on dental practices. We can share news, community involvement. We have messaging that goes out to them. We can do health fairs, all kinds of things. People can come and meet your family. We could utilize your location for a lot of different things to educate a lot of different people to get your ideal avatar into your organization. So what does that do? It actually builds community trust through multi-platform visibility. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. This is where all the people are at different ages that you want to have come to your practice. And this is all the places where we will push social media marketing to drive that demographic to your company. Where remember, what we want to do is have perfect strangers coming to dentistry at the mill. So what we're going to create for you is something called omnipresence, where they're like, wow, I keep hearing every time I get on my cell phone, I'm getting information from Dr. Kelly Castro at the dentistry at the mills. And so, of course, when they start thinking about any type of dental practices, they're going to come to your company as well. All right. So let's talk about a predictable path from stranger to patient. Stranger to patient. We have to have a business where we're marketing to perfect strangers to turn them into patients. So we create local ads and social visibility to get attention and engagement, high converting landing pages, funnels that we talked about. The conversion, we have the 24/7 AI receptionist that books the appointments, misses no appointments at all. And then they become a new patient, arrive in your chair, and guess what that does? They get to experience you just like I did, which is phenomenal. So the automated patient journey looks like this. We go from the digital avatar, which is your twin, your clone that's going to create the content. You get to approve the content. People are going to engage with the content. We're going to convert them when they call in with the AI receptionist. We're also going to have automated emails, text messages, and videos going out to them as well. And then we're going to retain them throughout the process. How do we do that? Once they get into your ecosystem, they come into the practice, they're automatically going to be opted in to communications from you. And so periodically, based on what you and I set up, you'll tell me what your goals are, and then they'll be getting messaging from your practice. Birthdays, hey, events here, health tips, all kinds of things. Reminder after they came there, give us a 5-star review on Google. All kinds of things can be automated without having your staff or human interaction do it. It can just be happening behind the scenes. So consistent visibility builds familiarity and trust. Obviously, the visibility gap, lack of presence. People don't see you regularly online. They have doubt and uncertainty. And then there's a misconnection without education, patients only see you as what's called a service provider versus a trusted advisor. So we have the trust flywheel. I'm going to show you what that looks like, where we have daily familiarity, we have authority building, and then you become the obvious choice. Familiarity is the foundation of patient trust. So here's what the growth flywheel looks like. This is what it looks like. Visibility, your digital avatar. The AI receptionist is going to capture them. We're going to convert them through funnels, book appointments with zero effort from a human. And then we're going to have a follow-up system from the time they come into your business to the time they leave for as long as out we want to. We can make them get messaging from us for 100 years if we wanted to. So what does the 90 days to local dominance look like? How is this going to be implemented? 30, 60, 90-day plan. In the first 30 days, what we're going to do is something with our system launch and revenue recovery, right? We want to put money back in your practice. So we're going to have the AI receptionist live and capturing 100% of the calls that's coming in. No more 95 missed calls. We're going to have automated text and email following up, plugging all the revenue leaks in your business. And then any initial outstanding balances that you have from collection, you can either have Candy do that, where she's starting to call and recover collection invoices in that office, or we can build an AI bot, just like we did for the receptionist for you, and or we can have the bot plus, if you want, my team, my live team calling for collections as well. So day 60, we're going to have the authority and trust building digital avatar online, ready to go. This is where we cloned you. You have your twin, your voice, your likeness, everything. We start to push out content every single day that builds trust in the community. It educates them and it shows them how things work inside of your dental practice. And then lead generation and funnel scaling, where your patients are going to come in. We're going to get strangers. We're going to run ads to strangers. Remember, that's that $50 a day thing. And then they're going to opt in, and we're going to give them something of value, and then we have them in your ecosystem forever. Day 90, we're going to have a predictable growth and dominance happening. This is where your growth flywheel kicks in. Everything's going to be fully automated. Your practice is going to be recognized as the leader in the local market. And then we want to have a high patient flow established. Now, you think about what's happening. You have competitors in Gwinnett County that are dentists, but nobody knows about them. They're doing the exact same thing that your practice is doing, living and dying by referrals. Now you're building a system where it's not referrals anymore, and it's not just referrals. Now you have kind of like a very strong pronged approach to getting predictable clients on a regular basis. So let's just do some math and imagine if you got 10 new patients coming in a month. Average patient's worth about 1,500. So let's talk. That's about $15,000 a month that you could have extra coming into your business right now, where this like just implementing a system, like just implementing a system. So what would it cost you to do it? It costs you about $116 a day to run this system into your business. You could expect to get about a $15,000 return. And so, what does the numbers look like? $116 a day investment. That's $34.97 divided by 30 days. By the way, we need an ad budget of $50 a day, right? We want you to spend $50 a day in ads, so we can create the ads on Google, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the places where we need to market to. So you could run your entire business, a high extra six-figure, seven-figure business for $166 a day. For less than it costs a single cleaning, you could have a complete automated growth engine that's going to generate you over, one or two patients a week or 10 patients a month or more, right? So the goal of anything that I would create for any of my clients is for every dollar that you invest, I would want to have a system in place where you could make $10, right? 1 to 10. So make this a 10x goal in my business. And when I design my pricing and everything, I design it where, hey, she should easily be able to make a 10x growth. We started, 5x, and we work up by the 90-day point to 10x. So you have a predictable investment, and we want to make sure every dollar that you put into the system returns $10 in new patient revenue. So like you said, it's $34.97, which is $166 a month with the ad spend. You're going to get the complete growth automation system that I just explained. You're going to get the 24/7 AI receptionist and booking. We're going to create your digital avatar and clone so you can have daily content pushed out. And then you're going to have a full analytics and return on investment dashboard that you can just log into one place, one system that we're going to build out for you and look at and see what's happening. So what's the opportunity? $15,000 or more in income for you and new patients coming into your business. You're going to recover your revenue from missed calls and reclaim your staff time so they can focus on high value care, making sure your clients have a wonderful experience. And then we want to make sure that you own the marketplace. The local, um, long-term local dominance is what you want to do, is make sure you own the marketplace. So what are you going to get in the dashboard? You're going to basically be able to look at real-time tracking, appointment conversions, revenue, and your return on investment. And we're going to break it down in total leads received, appointments booked, what your show rate was, revenue generated, every single thing you'll be able to see in your dashboard by just logging in on your phone or on a computer and seeing what that looks like. So our system is, instead of going through a traditional agency market model, which would probably cost you somewhere between really five and about $8,000 a month. They're going to charge you management fees, software subscriptions, all these different things. And in our system, everything's integrated. We have every single thing that you would be charged individually integrated for about half the price, right? Half the price. Because if you pay for these services a la carte, AI receptionist, digital avatar, these is what you could expect typically what prices would be on a monthly basis for you. 7,000 and here's 34.97 and with a very robust system in place, which is about $166 a day. So let's talk about the status quo. Status quo, or should you install a system? Status quo, this is what most dentists are doing. They have a manual, unpredictable system. They rely on staff to catch every call, and we know that's impossible by seeing the missed calls just in your office. And then they have manual, inconsistent social media. Most of them are not marketing anywhere. I've never got a ad pop up on my phone from a dentist in any area. Most businesses, period. Then they have an unpredictable patient acquisition process, right? This is the process we talked about of how you attract strangers to your practice and they become eventually a paying client or long-term lifetime client. And then what we do is they continue the revenue leaks where $36,000 a month is really just slipping through their business versus our growth system where we get 100% of the calls captured and booked. Daily automation, authority content. You know, we're pushing our social media every single day. We got it on a predictable way. It's going out. You know, there's no way it can't go out because it's completely automated. And then you're generating $15,000 or more extra than what you're doing right now on monthly revenue, and allows you to basically dominate the local market. So it's a one-time setup fee, $99.97, and then it would be $34.97 a month or $166 a day. We actually do have 36 months financing if that's something that you would need to get set up if you qualify, where you could finance this $99.97 upfront. All right. So we talked about the per day price. I mean, there's not many places where you could run a business for $166 a day to generate a high six figure or low seven figure income. So, what does the launch look like? It's going to take 21 days. First week is what we pretty much have already done. We did an audit, and now we're going to integrate the stuff that we audited. The AI receptionist is training the integration. We're going to set up your CRM and automation platform, my team. And then we're going to build out the content for your digital avatar. We got to come in. I have to send somebody to come in and film you, train you. It's going to take you about 2 hours to do this inside of your office, or we probably will do it at a local photography studio. That's most of the time what we do, a local photography studio, because they have the lighting and stuff we need to maximize time. And we're also going to build you a lead funnel for your business, and then the social media growth engine sync all that together where your content is going out. You'll approve the content, and once you feel confident that the type of content we're pushing out is what you want, then we'll just put it on autopilot. Week 3, we're going to launch and optimize. We're going to have a full system. We're going to go live, do the traffic launch. We're going to do a staff window training and workflow optimization. It's not much that the staff is going to have to do. It's basically whoever works at the front desk. We'll create a standard operating procedure, something very simple, just so they can move a client from checked in to over to whatever. And then most of that will be automated as well through our system. and then we do a real-time return on investment tracking and scaling. You'll have that, you'll be able to see that. So what's the next steps? All you got to do, Kelly, is say, yes, Anthony, I'm ready to rock and roll. And I want this growth system in my business. I know it's something that we can tune up or tune down. So we have until we find the perfect client flow. And then we have an implementation agreement that I've attached to this email you can review. And once you review that, if you have any questions, we can work through that. And then we launch the 21-day system launch. So I look forward to hearing your feedback. And I look forward to serving your business. And I look forward to helping you dominate Lawrenceville as the absolute best dental experience in our city. And I've experienced it myself, so I need to give you a video testimonial. Sounds like myself. All right. Have a great day. See you.